This time on Boneyard Revivals, the Street N Strip Cutty gets a new facelift, and Black Betty ain't happy about it. Anyways, we changed some stuff around, and the race car looks like a race car, and Black Betty's still a car too. Because instead of having one Cutlass, well, you might as well have two. Hey, I'm Robert. Welcome to Boneyard Revivals. Well, hey, good morning. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. Starting off with Black Betty here. Obviously, last time you guys saw it, we dropped in a different rear end in it. Went and did some posse shots around town. Then we ripped the motor and drivetrain out of it. The transmission didn't have reverse anymore, and the engine had two freeze plugs that were rotted out, so it was leaking. So I never put coolant in it. I ended up putting water in it, and it was coming around wintertime. I didn't want to have the block in the car, risk the water freezing, cracking the block, so we just pulled the whole motor out, and then just at that point pulled the whole drivetrain out. There's another realization within the last month or two that I've had, and it's that I love this car, but if it was up to me, instead of building this car, I would much rather be building this car. If you guys aren't aware, I own two Oldsmobile Cutlasses, but I bought this and Black Betty together as a package deal years ago off of a father and a son. Really, really great people. Because if you can cast your mind back, we used to have, a front clip on this car, a rad support, didn't have inner fenders or anything like that. But basically it was pretty much a roller, no doors. It did have a front windshield, but that was cracked, and it actually got cracked even more when we moved here. I do have a back window for it. And we discovered that the interior that's in this car was the interior that it basically was gutted out of Black Betty. But basically I've had the realization that I've owned this car for how long and we haven't done anything with it. But that kind of put us in a little bit of a pickle, because if I want to do the race car, I need parts. And I know a lot of you guys were so partial. Don't rip apart Black Betty. We love Black Betty. Black Betty is a good car. Don't tear it apart. That's where my plans are starting to unfold. The race car is going to have this grille on it, one way or another. But I came to the realization that if I want to keep Black Betty together like this and the race car, and put the race car together, I need to buy a third Cutlass. And I just don't think that's something that's in the cards. Here's my thought process and my game plan. It's going to break some of your hearts, I know. But whole front clip, hear me out, whole front clip off this car goes on the race car. Now, I know you're saying you're not going to have a front clip, but we are. I'll take the two other set of fenders that I got and the Euro nose, put that back on this car. So what's actually legitimately on the agenda today, after I've rambled for how long? I want to go up in the shed, see if I can track down wherever I stuffed the two other fenders, the rad support, and I guess potentially the hood. It's gonna break your heart, I know. Pull the front clip off of Black Betty, stuff the other nose on it, and then basically bring it back out here. Also, thank you for listening to my rambling, because I know I tend to talk a lot, but I need to share these ideas with my people. I need to share that with you guys, because if I set it in stone and me and you are having this conversation, it means that I actually have to, follow through. So thanks for holding me accountable is what I'm saying. All right. Well, there's the plastic valance piece. Oh, two fenders and the hood. Oh, is that the rad support? I think that's the rad support. I think for the rad support, we're going to pick whichever one's the best one. And that's going to be the one that goes in the race car. So I don't know if that's going to be the one that's in Black Betty or if that's going to be that one. No idea. But I guess now I know where all this stuff is. Oh, there's a header panel right there. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about that. So and these fenders have it too. Dang, I totally forgot about that. So there's an aluminum inlay set that the guys I bought it off of, I don't know if they custom made it or what, but it actually has hood pins and quick attach pins and stuff for that. There actually is stuff on this, and then there's supposed to be like, basically what's supposed to be like the inner fenders. There's a whole like, either it's aluminum or stainless. It's super freaking nice. But it's all cut, pretty much ready to lay in. I kind of forgot that existed for that car. Maybe that's something we should kind of figure out too. We're gonna see if the old Case garden tractor here has enough horsepower to pull that thing in here. I think it will work. So how we're gonna go down with it? Flipper. Yep. Got it. Straight up and over.
Thank you.
Yep. Just disregard my fake headlight wiring. Oh, bring it this way. This way. This way.
Is in their way.
So big. That's what she didn't say. Yeah, there you go. Whole front clip removed off Black Betty. This seems a little wrong, and I feel like I've absolutely violated her. Sorry, old girl, but we need your good stuff for the good car. Alright, don't get mad at me. Just, I'm telling you how it goes. So, I guess at this point, I want to clean up all of this stuff. I'll have to grab the other rad support, the other fenders, and I think I'm going to keep the inner fenders with this car. Just hang the other fenders on it, bolt them all together, and yeah, I guess get the other rad support in here as well. That'll probably be the first thing that goes in. Then we'll do our other fenders, figure out how we got to attach them to the inner fenders, keep the inner fenders in. I'll have to get this inner fender off of this fender, put it back in, and yeah, I guess take it from there. We got our passenger fender back on. I think the easiest way to do this is, for this one, I might just pull this wheel well, inner wheel well right out. I reattached this one, the passenger side inner fender, to the new passenger outside fender, and then just threw it on. That just seemed to be just way easier. So I think that's the way we're gonna do this. I tell you what, it looks weird. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but like I said, this stuff is worse than the stuff that was on this car. And that's really why, you know, I mean, this fender isn't horrible per se. It's got a few nicks, scratches, whatever. Got bent over, kinked up pretty hard here where the other fenders are pretty mint. Someone had some mud work going on in here and whatnot. And, you know, I'm not worried about fitment on this car either. So just kind of throw it on and get the body lines close, and pretty much still have this be a full car, which would be super nice. I'm thinking the other hood's gonna go on this. I think the cowl hood's gonna go on this car, because I want that hood for the other car. This car is going to look stupid with the cowl hood, but who knows? Maybe, just maybe. With that cowl hood on there, it might help with the fitment of the big block. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. All right, pretty much just have the front clip hung back on. I'm gonna go grab the header panel and then that bottom plastic piece, throw that back on, and then the front end on this is pretty much just wrapped up, just about wrapped up. Might go grab the hood, throw the hood back on too. I don't know if I want this sitting outside without the hood on it. I mean, it probably doesn't matter either way, but you know, yeah, it's a car once again. Looks a little weird with the miscolored fenders. And then this one's just, I don't know what's going on here, but then I don't know who cut the big hole out of this fender or why, but if that was right about here, it'd make sense for, you know, turbo noises. It'd make sense if it was up there. There's Black Betty, all black together. Threw the hood on, had to make my own custom hood pins because I didn't have any, so it's basically a all thread piece threaded into the original hole where the bump stop would be, and then just a washer nut on top. It does not fit flush at all because they're not long enough, but you know, if you know something ever happens with this car where another motor goes in it, I don't have to worry about when we're, you know, cutting cookies or doing 90 down the highway. The hood's not going to go and then rip off and then shatter into a million pieces because it's fiberglass. Probably shattered, you know, the window and whatever other damage it would do. But there it is. I got to be honest with you. Putting this nose back on this car makes me realize how much I really don't like the the Euro noses. They were neat in their own ways, but that grill just ain't as cool as the waterfall grill. It's not, at least in my opinion. Some other guys really like these noses on, you know, these ones, the ones that were on the Monties, you know, with the wider headlights. And that's cool. I ain't judging, but I know I don't like them. But what do you think? You a big fan of the cowl hood? No. You got nothing to say at all? Someone's not in a good mood today, apparently. Jeesh. You gonna cheer up or something? You gonna cheer up? No? You want a treat, don't you? Oh, see, now he's interested again. Second I say the word treat, you know, I get the head tilt. Yeah. Kids these days, I tell you. But Black Betty is back together now. So now it's time to roll Black Betty out. And I think just so I can not have all the parts laying around, we're going to hang the other nose on the race car too. And honestly, as much of a waste of time as it's probably going to be, because I'm probably going to end up tearing it all back off eventually, if the whole front nose is hung on the car and it looks like a car again, I'm going to get excited. So I'm doing it more for me than I am for you guys because it's kind of pointless, but we're going to do it anyways. But there's Black Betty. One down, one to go. Stalled her. Battery must have died enough where, you know, I don't want to start it now. Why you do this? Knew I should have torqued her up. Slap the other battery in there. Still at Kira's Rogue. 2 can play at that game, battery. All right, let's see if it wants to fire up and run now. Back in business. Well, the old case pulled her in. I was dummy and set up the camera and didn't hit record. So you missed that part of it actually rolling in the garage, but it worked out well. It didn't spin the tires as hard as it did pulling the Black Betty in. So let's get to throwing our front end on this thing, eh? All right. In case y'all are wondering, quick little, side segment. Square body fits in our 12 by 20 canopy mint. How's it going? Yeah. That's good. You had a good day? Nice. It's good to hear. What? Jim, you didn't have a good day? Good, better attitude. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, my back hurts. Don't know why. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All the cards are on the table. And the shadows getting thin. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. I'd do karaoke. Remember? Help? Can't see. Come on, get up there. We got work to do. Come on, work, dude. Notice how I very delicately placed them in. I just didn't go get in there, because when you do that, it wrecks some stuff up. And these header panels are so hard to find. Wow, that don't fit for crap. I'm gonna have to loosen the fender bolts and fix that. No worries. I was just trying to go off the bolt holes that were there previously, all right? Don't judge. What we doing? Just hanging out? Yeah, wanna go racing? Oh, you wanna go racing? Yeah. Soon. I mean later. But soon. Alright, don't get mad at me, but I got a little rambunctious. But progress was made. Y'all ready for this? I got updates. I was talking earlier in this video about that aluminum / stainless, I want to say it's stainless steel, inlay. That's basically the inner fender well and whatnot for the race car that was custom made for this. Now, it actually fits up to the fenders and the rad support that we just put in Black Betty. But I actually figured out how it all lays out, and I want to show it to you guys, see what your opinion is. Me, definitely looks racy. It's not a bad idea to have inner fenders in on this car. I don't know. See what you guys think. Like I said, we just got it figured out. Check this thing out. All custom Zerk fitting race-esque stuff. Now, mind you, everything's just laid in right now. So nothing's actually exactly where it would be. But that's kind of cool. It does look pretty nifty too, I will say. I'm not sure if I'd say that this is gonna be it for the car. I honestly might throw it together without inner fenders and run it and drive it without inner fenders for a little bit. Not much on the, not too much on the road. Like, I won't do any long trips or anything, just for rocks and stuff. But if we ever get around to getting this car running and driving, I'm just gonna go inner fenderless right now. The reason why I didn't put the plastic ones back in it is because I didn't know if I wanted to. And then I also wanted the opportunity to lay these in, because I know these were for this car specifically. And when I say this car, I don't mean this front clip. I mean the front clip in the other car. But my game plans for the other car, I can't lie to you guys, might include, maybe this doesn't end up in this car. But we'll find out. But there she is, boys. All in her glory. The race car is starting to look like something again. And once again, I said it earlier in this video, I don't think you understand how much this motivates me. I just sent a few photos to my dad and he's like, hey, we should go down. There's a junkyard that he knows of where I can get a set of doors for this thing, potentially a front windshield. And I told him, he actually stopped over earlier today. I told him like, hey, this thing's coming together. When are you coming over and welding some quarters in this thing? Let's fix the rest of the bodywork. And you know what? I don't even care if it gets painted at this point, at least for right now. Yes, I want it to be painted one day. I mean, it would be unbelievable if we just, left the back half of this car in primer, threw this thing together, got the interior right, stuffed the motor in a trans in this thing, and just went and ran it. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm getting really motivated to put this car together. We have a bunch of other projects, as you guys know. We need to get ready for Power Tour with the crew cab, and we got a lot going on. And like I said it at the beginning of this year, I want this year to be the year for Bon Air Revivals. So much other stuff that's in the works, and we just haven't gotten around to filming yet and doing the work, but stuff that if we get that kind of stuff done at the end of the year, a lot of projects that you guys want to see, get a lot of work, done on them. But this was one of them that I didn't necessarily mention I wanted to bring back, but I knew in my heart that, we need to make something happen. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and we will catch you next time here on Boneyard Revivals. My doggy's coming. Yeah, you.
I'm deciding to wear my classic look of yours, and then I look like a hobo under it.
You look great.
Thanks.
Cause I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they ask, I say I can't pay it back yet. Credit card debt.